Hello boys and girls, my name's Tom, and on this week's show we'll be recapping the Nintendo Direct conference, reviewing free-to-play mobile deception game Subterfuge, and sitting down for a chat to share our experiences of Fallout 4, because, let's be honest, we haven't done anything else this week. This is Safehouse. This week has seen a lot of cast and crew additions of various projects, with directors now attached to the solo movies for Gambit and Aquaman, and cast additions from the American remake of Death Note right the way through to a reboot of Van Helsing. By and large, it's been a bit quiet on the entertainment news front because everyone in the world is playing Fallout. We'll get to that in a bit, but first here's my good friend and co-host James Pickard to talk about Nintendo.
In the latest in their regular series of Nintendo Direct videos, the Japanese gaming giant made a number of announcements to tide fans over for the Xmas period, and also assured them that they will actually have something to play on their Wii U soon. The smaller tidbits of news included info on the upcoming Splatoon update, the delay to Platinum's Star Fox Zero, and a list of new characters for Dynasty Warriors reskin Hyrule Warriors. But as for Zelda news we actually care about, there was the announcement that Twilight Princess is getting a HD remake for Wii U and Nintendo's next generation console. Twilight Princess, which was originally released on GameCube and eventually on the Wii, is perhaps the black sheep of the family, but is actually still one of my favourite Zelda games. It'll be available on Wii U on the 4th of March next year. DS Zelda games Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass will also be coming to the 3DS eShop, along with classic Gen 1 Pokemon games Red, Blue and Yellow. And looking to the future, we also got a chance to see some new Zelda Wii U footage. 13 seconds of Zelda Wii U footage. And the big announcement of the day was that Cloud of Final Fantasy VII fame will be joining the roster of Super Smash Bros. A short trailer was released alongside the announcement to show off some of his moves, which included a lot of references to summons and limit breaks from the game. He'll be officially joining the lineup next month, when there will also be a special Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Direct, where we can expect to find more information about the character.
You may recall a couple of weeks ago I was having trust issues with Pickard. Today on the show, I'll be keeping a close eye on Pickard. We're embroiled in a game of Subterfuge, and I don't know who I can trust. Well, that game of Subterfuge finished recently after 2 hellish weeks, and now I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. For those of you who haven't heard of it, Subterfuge is a free-to-play game that you download onto your phone or tablet or what have you, and engage in a supposedly week-long, we'll come to that bit shortly, game of deception and diplomacy with a group of up to 10 players. This can be with friends or strangers, but I can't think of anything worse than attempting to play this with people I don't know well enough to forgive for their heinous war crimes. The aim of the game is to mine Neptunium, a rare resource drilled directly from the ocean floor. To operate a mine, you need drillers, which are produced at factories, and to operate factories, you need energy, which is created at power stations. When you begin, there are loads of unclaimed factories and power stations ripe for the taking, so you send your submarines out to capture them. But this is where the game gets its unique feature. It happens in real time. For one of your subs to reach a neighbouring outpost, you're looking at somewhere between 12 and 18 hours, which, while that sounds daunting, it really means you have to always be thinking ahead. We attempted a 5-man game so we could come to terms with what Subterfuge was all about. Myself, Pickard, Beyond the Mats, Matthew Webb, our friend Mark, who has appeared on the show a handful of times, and also our friend Jamie, all entered into a struggle in the depths of the ocean. I took an early lead, capturing as many factories and power stations as I could within the first day, but this painted a huge target on my back. The other players began sending raiding parties to harass my outposts, but due to some sly diplomacy, I managed to come to a peaceful accord with all of them. Well, nearly all of them. Matt decided my attempts at peace were not good enough and sent all his military might to capture my western front, so I reinforced, fought off the attackers and sent one of my own that captured his queen, thus eliminating him from the game. That's what you get when you mess with the warrior. But now I looked like the villain of the piece. The other 3 players had started storming my borders, so I planned a tactical retreat, and I was going to hole up in my mines and defend those while I coasted to victory on a tide of Neptunium. But it wasn't to be. With every outpost lost, my mines slowed down and allowed Jamie to take the lead, which did thankfully draw the attention of Mark and Pickard away from me. But here's where the game suffered. We entered into a stalemate of sorts that lasted over a week. Just the four of us chipping away at each other, capturing outposts and losing them again until a masterful play at the last moment led Pickard to capture one of Jamie's mines and win the game. If you have 9 friends and a phone, it's worth a shot. It's free and it only takes about 5 minutes to learn everything from the tutorials. But beware the potential for a stalemate. If you see that coming, just start throwing subs at people and hope that gets things moving again, and with any luck you'll have a better time of it than we did.
Yes, my thing of the week is Fallout 4, and as it's pretty much all we've both been doing for the whole week, we're both going to talk about it.
Yeah, Pickard and Tom's thing of the week. So, right, what sort of build are you running is the first thing. I'm a proper RPG nerd for it.
I am a perception, charisma, intelligence
Nice.
build.
Good.
So I kind of prefer chatting and
Yeah.
sneaking my way out of
Trying
problems.
to get your way out of trouble without a fight, that's fair.
Yeah. Although I'm kind of focused in rifles and will eventually go for energy laser weapons once they become more available.
I'll be honest, this sounds very similar to my play style. At the moment I've got really high charisma because I've been doing a lot of the base building. At first I wasn't overly fussed with the base building, but I thought give it a go. And so I've taken one of the Minutemen HQ that you unlock at some point if you follow the Minutemen story through for a little while. And I've really gone to town on that and made a proper town out of it. And so you need charisma to get all the decent upgrades for it. But yeah, I'm a sniper. I've just got like 3 different sniper rifles. I found a little place the other day which might interest you. So I found a place called the Boston Mayoral Bunker, and theoretically it was a special like mini vault almost just for the mayor of Boston and his family. And you go in at first, like you hack a terminal to open the door, and you go in and the place is kitted out with all sorts of bullshit that you wouldn't need, like everything's really nicely furnished and all of this, and you find through logs that he basically spent all the taxpayers' money to make a really nice bunker for him and his family, and then an armed mob turned up and fucking murdered everyone. But I was in this place, I'm mooching about, I'm having a great time, and there's a basketball court in the basement of it, and I'm in the basketball court and I'm like, oh, this is quite cool, and I go in and there's a fusion core, and of course fusion cores, I'm having that. So I have the fusion core and I turn around and there's like 20 synths in the room with me. Now luckily at this point in the story I'm in the good graces of the Institute, so they didn't attack me. If I hadn't met the Institute yet, or I had decided to outright tell them to do one, instant murder there. So I've got all of these synths just sort of milling about, and then I see a hole in the wall. I go through the hole in the wall, and a Deathclaw drops in. So if you'd done that before getting to the Institute, you have like 20 synths and a Deathclaw to fight in one room. That must have been hell. So yeah. That's probably the most fun location I've found so far. Like most interesting.
I've done a fair bit of exploring, not much. I kind of followed the main story for the most part. Yeah. But I found the odd couple of places. I found the guy in the quarry.
Yes.
Who wants you to go and fix the bubbles.
Fix his pipes, yeah.
When there's obviously something wrong there.
Not as far as I know.
Oh.
I went and fixed his pipes.
And nothing happened.
And he was like, wicked, cheers. And he gave me some caps and I went about my business. And then I went back there sometime later and raiders had killed him and taken over the quarry. So I was like, wicked. They drained it though. I haven't gone into it. They've drained all the water out so you can actually go and explore the bottom of it. That might be it
then, because there's a terminal nearby and it's got his logs in there.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he can hear noises and scratches from inside the quarry.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to go and fix it and I'm going to get murdered by Deathclaw or some bullshit. Probably. But so I left that for a minute.
Too many Deathclaws for my liking. I keep bumping into them.
In the conversation, you can press him for more info, can't you? But I failed that. So
yeah, so did I.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, I went back and he'd already been murdered and the place was run over by raiders, so I will go and check it out eventually. But it's so good.
It's really good.
So good. Everyone go and play Fallout. Just do it. It's brilliant. Well, yeah, that's about everything. We're already in position for signing off, so we're going to sign off. So that's about everything for this week.
Thank you for watching. Do the usual like, comment, subscribe things if it takes your fancy.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah, we're probably going to go play Fallout 4.
We're going to go play some Fallout 4. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Right.
Bye.